correspondent consult. We're actually live this afternoon, and the topic before us is social emotional learning, which is SEL. It's actually related to the teachers, it's related to the parents, it's related to also the students that are learning. One thing a teacher needs to know when you come to classroom is to identify how active the student you want to teach are, how active they are. And you can actually do this in different ways. When they are coming inside the classroom, you can give them a high five. By that, you'll be able to know if a child is active or not. You can actually do a print out of different emojis, signifying maybe a child is crying, or a child is laughing, or a child is different emojis. So the student will be able to pinpoint on maybe the different emojis that they want, which will actually show the kind of mood the child or the student is bringing into the classroom. Also, you can use a traffic light to signify how the emotions of a child in the classroom. This is what we call class starter. The red points means that the child is not even ready for the classroom. The yellow means I'm almost ready, but I'm fair. Maybe the child has not eaten, or the child still wants to get some materials to get the class ready. Then the green means they are active. This will make the class to be a good starter, and it will make the class interesting for the student for you to start. Now, when we talk of social is talking about interrelationship between the co-workers, the classmates, your schoolmates, your teachers, the parents at home, the neighborhood. All these are very, very important. There's what we call social networking. This is also part of IQ. IQ is not only what you learn in the school, it is not only the cognitive aspect of learning. When you talk of social networking, is how much of connection do you have with people? How much can you hold relationship with people? This is what we call social networking, and it is also part of IQ, and it develops from when a child is in primary or when a child is in secondary school. How a child relates with other people, which is very, very important. So you need to identify this and help to solve the problem with the child that is having social issues. There are a lot of things that may cause a child to have social issues. Maybe the family background, maybe the child is feeling inferior, maybe the child is not well provided all the necessary things, or maybe the materials the child, maybe the kind of school bag the child is using is not beautiful, and the child may feel, oh, my friends will not want to move with me. This can affect the child's learning. Now we go to the emotional way of learning. A child that wants to learn adequately and very well, we have to be emotionally stable. And how can a child be emotionally stable? It comes from the family, because the family is the first place of learning for a child. So if the child is stable emotionally, that is, you have to provide all the necessary resources, both love, both care, not neglecting the child. The child is not living in the atmosphere of fear or threat. The child is being well fed. The child is not. They are not using threats on the child. They are not using abusive words on the child. They are using loving words on the child. And the child is not. There's no violence on the child. All these things contribute to the emotional learning of a child in the classroom. When you collect your children's report card, it's not just about the scores that you look about. You look at also affective domains. The way the child is punctual, the way the child is active during sports, during music class is the child participating, during sports is the child participating, all other social activities is the child participating, singing, dancing class is the child participating. This is an education that is all encompassing. And every child is supposed to participate in this, because it can be useful for them in the future. We have people that are musicians, we have people that are dancers, we have people that are into actors and actresses. All this aspect, it is not the cognitive aspect majorly. This is talking about their psychomotive aspect, in which are now coming to use when they grow old. So in education, everything should be encompassing. That is, It should be all the domains of learning should be included for a student on a school. That is the affective domain, the psychomotive domain, and the cognitive domain. All those things should be encompassing. And if you discover that a child is not doing well in a particular aspect, you should be able to identify why a child is not doing well. Now, let's take a scenario of a child that is sleeping in the classroom. The child might have worked overnight and come back to school. Now, if you start beating up that child, we call that child abuse. So as a good teacher, you should be able to identify why you sit down the child and you ask questions. Why are you sleeping in the classroom? What have you done in the night? Not just beating the child because the child is sleeping in the classroom. This is talking about the emotional intelligence. It's talking about identifying emotional problem which can help a child to develop academically. This is the small piece we have for you this afternoon in Grace Funded Consult. Thank you for your time.